for me to do this.
Okay. Great, right? Well, Shane is shit. And I've been saying this ever since. You know, everybody wants to rally behind this guy. My big thing with Shane, you know, I had, you know, the only take that was different than anyone else's was mine. And that was, remember Shane Gillis, of course, if you don't remember him, he was the guy who got fired from SNL. He was hired by SNL and fired before his first show because they found him saying chink on a podcast. Yes. And because he was fired from SNL, all the gas digital type guys, like any guy who wears dusty black sweatshirts and big black fucking hats with huge amounts of embroidery on them, was like, Shane Gillis rules, man. We're on his side. Did you forget that he auditioned for SNL? He wanted to be on that show very badly. He was done with you guys. We've got proof of that today. He's not a badass guy like me. He said Shink once on his podcast. Okay. He got busted for it, was mortified, deleted all of his episodes, wanted to be on SNL, and now is taking what he can get. He's taking the leftover scraps. But I'm here today to show you that Shane Gillis is not over wanting to be on SNL. He does not ride with us people. He is a sellout, and he's...
Because you're a whiny
little bitch. You know, just because somebody is ostracized by the left doesn't make them a friend of yours, okay? We got to stop doing this where we run to the other side because we hate... You know, I hate Kumail Nanjiani and all these people from the left, but I don't run over and become a Proud Boy to spite them. You could just run over and be yourself. You don't have to join a team. And I mean, this is kind of what I've been preaching since this all started. We must be better than this. I know you want a team, you want a support group, and it happens that all these terrible people on the right are the only one who support, you know, the free speech thing. That doesn't mean we need them. We need to start our own little thing, a non-political free speech movement. Okay? Don't run over to those guys and start believing in God and wanting to ban abortion just because you want to say the word Nika. Okay? And that's what I've watched people do. And don't tell me you didn't do this. Don't try to pretend you've been a conservative your whole life. Everyone always hated conservatives. Alex P. Keaton was a conservative. They were ultra nerds. Okay? They're just as crazy as the left. Please. You know, and a lot of people are afraid to say this. Even people like Crowder, he didn't even want to be this conservative. But he saw that's what these people wanted. I could have done this easily. Gavin was another person who just started dollar signs. And by the way, they put so much pressure on you. You know, you get this fan base and then they're like, wait a minute, man, you got to be conservative. And most people are bullied into being what their fans want them to be because you have to.
There's a type of guy where they like hear liberal stuff all day long on the radio at their job and they get frustrated and then they come home and they have to have just like a guy saying to them exactly what they want to hear as like a meditation.
Yeah, so this is what we're finding. Because the mainstream says you can't do this, you can't do that, these guys have nowhere to turn to. They end up turning to these terrible shows that are pandering to them. And it's almost like a version of church for them where, yes, like Jewel said, at the end of the day, they could hear their ideas parroted back to them. They go, oh, good, we're not alone. We're not going to be banished. We've got somebody. Now, that's great, but you're still running to the wrong people. You're running to...
Because you're a whiny little bitch.
So, very nice. Shane Gillis is not cool just because the left hates him, okay? You gotta understand. There's two different things going on here. Anyway,